Someone asked how much have we raised so far. We're right around 2.5 million. And people say, oh, that's, you should have this, you should have that. And I ask, have you donated? And most of the time they haven't. If I had $1 from everyone who saw my Roland Martin interview, that interview when he posted it had 14 million views on his Facebook page. If I had $1 from everyone who saw the interview, I would have had the $10 million we need to get started. So thank you, Mary. Mary's also one of our Team Orally volunteers. There are a few of them in the chat. So thank you to my team who's on here. I appreciate you guys. And it seems like it's a lot, but let me give you guys the facts. Cancer charities raise over $1 billion every year. $1 billion with the B. All in the name of raising hope and awareness, mostly. And most of them that give out money to scientists to fund the actual research for a cure, they give out these, and I'm going to say it, little measly $250,000 grants that take you 500 to 1,000 hours to prepare. And it's simply a waste of my time. It's not a good investment of my time. And so I decided, instead of trying to go convince an organization that raises hundreds of millions of dollars to give me a couple 100,000, I can just start my own nonprofit, cut out the middleman, raise the money that we need to go faster into human trials, and ensure the technology is good. Not all money is good money. The reason why not all money is good money is because the time it takes me to put in that application is time away from everything else. Like literally a fourth of the time that I would have put into a grant application, I put into TikTok for a month and a half, and we raised that $250,000 in a fourth of the time on social media. So it's not all money is good money. Someone said, ask Shaq, if you can make schedule a meeting with me, I would ask him with my whole heart. You hear me?
You know what I think part of the problem is?
What?
I think it's not just with this. I think it's a social media thing. I don't think people see people on social media as people. They so used to seeing them as content.
Right,
So
or
even with
celebrities. Right,
even with
yeah.
the comments they make, I'm like, do you think if you actually got on the app, would you want to see somebody saying this about you? This is a real person.
Oh, yeah. So let me talk about the comments sometimes, because some of these comments, I'm like, okay, I don't like reading negativity, first of all. I don't like seeing anything negative. Like, I don't even watch regular news. I have to read it and filter it and let people tell me, because I'm a highly sensitive person. This is why
Right.
I've dedicated 20 years of my life for a disease that took my loved ones. I'm sensitive, I'm emotional, I have a big heart, right? So when I'm reading these negative comments, that was the main reason why I wasn't on TikTok. Like, I got on TikTok a year or two ago, and then I left it alone because the comments were so negative. And then people were like, oh, you're missing, we don't see you. Because I don't want to see all that.
Right.
And
And you too nice to block people. Just got sometimes you just block them and just get rid of them.
I don't
You
even know
get
how
to
to
start
block.
doing it.
I guess I don't even know how to block people on
I'll show
here.
you.
Okay, thank you. Larry's also my TikTok coach. So one of the things that does not help is when people randomly say, have you reached out to this celebrity, that celebrity? Why aren't the millionaires doing this? Literally, I just need 100,000 people to donate $100. You can do that $10 a month. This is not a big ask from something that takes millionaires. This is something the average person can do $10 a month. The average person can donate $100. It's not a big ask. And whatever reason, we've had a couple of celebrities, like Big Daddy Kane has donated. Titus Burgess has shouted us out on some of his things, and he's named us as the charity that he's supporting for some of his events. We do have the Phi Alpha fraternity there. I'm actually getting ready to do a partnership launch with them tonight at 7 o'clock.
That's on Facebook, right?
Yeah, that's going to stream on Facebook, I think their YouTube, and then the Sphinx TV channel internal to the Alphas. But it'll be on their Facebook channel, their National Phi Alpha Fraternity Facebook channel, and we'll see if we can share it on my Facebook pages as well. So, trying to pass the buck doesn't help. Most people, even if they can't give $10, they probably know 10 people who can give $10, right? So doing a personal appeal to your network to say, hey, this is a charity that's near and dear to my heart. Can you donate? That will make a difference. And let me just shout out the power of one person, right? I see Brother David Hardrick in the comments, and I just want to take a moment to shout him out and say thank you publicly to Brother David Hardrick. So Brother Hardrick has single-handedly started this whole snowball effect or domino effect with the Black Greek letter organizations. And he started with trying to get the national organization for Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity to come on board as a national partner. But he's also started with where he was, with his province, Polemark, and got the Eastern Province of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity to come on board as the first organization to sign an official MOU with us and to actually start fundraising. And they have been raising money for us on our behalf for the last few years, and several chapters and them as a province for Giving Tuesday and different fundraisers. And it's not that it has to be a lot, but if every province, every region, every chapter was doing the $10,000 or the $25,000 a couple times a year that they do, we would have had the $10 million that we need. But so many people are looking around and see, well, who else is doing something? Who else is doing something? My question is, what can you do? And let me just shout out Tracy Stevenson. She's our fundraising coordinator. Tracy works with a lot of small business owners. They could be doing anything from selling coloring books to calendars to journals to paintings, jewelry, and all kinds of stuff in between. And Tracy sets up the partnership agreements with them for them to give 20%, sometimes is a little less or so, of the proceeds for all their sales to the Orly Foundation. So whenever somebody buys a coloring book, Tracy, put the name of the company in the chat, please. Whenever somebody buys a coloring book, a percentage of those sales come to the Orly Foundation. And we put it out on our social media. And Tracy brings in last year, I think she brought in $60,000 just with working with the small business organizations, small businesses and small organizations. And those partnerships, they add up, but it's a couple $100 here for a group of friends riding bikes, a couple $1,000 there. But over the course of the year, that adds up to a lot. So when people keep saying, look somewhere else, I'm looking at you guys. It maybe it won't get the widespread attention until
it's gonna get it.
It's gonna get it. But we're starting here.
I think the frustrating thing is like you have a lot of people who don't have a lot of outreach helping you, but the people who have the outreach won't help you. Yeah. So it's kind of like frustrating to know somebody got access to a larger following and they won't say anything. And so that just means we need more people with a smaller following to say something to make that
right.
Fill in that gap.
And that's the thing. And so let me also say hey to Chad M. Johnson in the chat. And let me acknowledge Chad too. So Chad posted a video. This is actually what brought me to TikTok because I was not on TikTok.